Good evening, everyone. Uh, Today we are going to conduct a program, YouTube live program on career guidance. Already, you people have know. Today, the resource person is Dr. Paul G Aquinas, Chairman, Department of Social Work, Mangalore University. He is the one of the eminent academician. Is working as a chairman in the Department of Social Work, Mangalore University. So, the Mangalore University Department of Social Work and Reliance Foundation collaboratively we organized this program. Today, a topic is empowering students to build uh, their careers in and life. Today's topic is in today's topics. Mr. Professor Paul G Aquinas sir is going to deliver a lecture on this topic. The Reliance Foundation. The Reliance Foundation is an Indian non-profit organization which was founded in the year of 2010 by Mukesh Ambani. Now it is one of the big CSR spender organization. We are working on rural transformation, education, health, also many as with disaster management in many other areas we are working Reliance Foundation. As well, the Mangalore University, also Department of Social Work, one of the top university in Karnataka and India also. In the collaborationally, we are organizing this program. I want to welcome Professor Paul G Aquinas sir. Sir, welcome to the program, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Manjunath.
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir. You can start your that lecture, sir. Everyone, parents and students, please keep on watch this video. In the end of the session, we are asking the question. If you have any question based on the this topic, or if you have any other questions related to career related questions, you can ask a number. I will give the number in the scroll. You can call to this number. Otherwise, you can comment your questions. The same, whatever the question asking in the comment, we will give the answer to. Yes, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Manjunath. At the very onset, let me thank the Reliance Foundation for giving me an opportunity to discuss this live phone-in program on empowering students to build their careers and life. As a teacher, one of the most pivotal and important aspects for us is that our students build their careers and life. They always say a teacher doesn't lead his life, it is the life led by the students, the position that they get, and how they share their lives and their success. Many a time when we discuss about careers, we always discuss about careers in isolation, not along with life. When I talk about isolation, I should become a bigger person, earn more money, go up the ladder. These are the things that is discussed most of the times when we speak about careers. But here I would like to impress upon everyone watching here that life and career go together. You can't have a good career and a bad life, or you can't have a bad life and a good career. It goes together, it goes simultaneously. This is an aspect what all of us need to understand. So when we are talking about empowering students to build their careers and life, we are discussing about a concept which goes beyond what a student studies, finishes his degree, and comes out in life. Now, most of the times you would see that we have a category which has been put up among ourselves. The bright students go to science, the average students go to commerce, and those who are just below average or around about average will go into arts. So you can't do anything, you go into arts. Now, this is one sort of thing which has always come about. So if you talk about the coveted professions and careers, we talk about medicine, we talk about engineering, we talk about law, we talk about nursing, we talk about all these things. But here we have to understand blending a career with our needs and aspirations. This is what goes together. It is not just saying, okay, I want to become a doctor, therefore I study NEET, I get good marks in that, get into a good institution, I study for 4 5 6 years or whatever it may be, and then come out of an institution as a qualified professional. Now, has the profession accepted me, have I accepted the profession, is an important concept that we need to understand. Now, it is here where the students' dilemma in building their careers and life come out. Now, do you feel you have no control over your academics or career goals? Do you feel overwhelmed by pressure of parents, peers, and siblings? Do this. This is a good course. That is not a good course. This is where you can get more money, better employment, opportunities are there. Is this something which is there? Do you feel dominated by others' needs, like siblings? Okay, my elder brother has joined a medical college, therefore I also need to join a medical college. Or my elder sister has joined engineering college, a premier engineering college, so I should also join an engineering college. Is this something that is dominating in your life? Do you feel dominated by others' needs and aspirations? What do the people around us feel? What do our neighbors feel? You know, my neighbor's son is doing this and the other neighbor's son is doing this, so what do I do? Does it build in you a sense of powerlessness? This is a question that we are going to discuss here. We're not going to go into the intricacies and say, okay, this is what a career is all about. Look at this. If you look at this photo, you can see that perseverance is very important. Only when you persuade something is what you will achieve, because there is nothing which comes free of cost. There's nothing which comes very easy. There is nothing which comes just for the heck of it. Effort has to be put, and this is what a student should understand. So believe in yourself. It is high time you take control over your career, your life. Empower yourself by exploring the world around you. Identify the bottlenecks. Suppose if I have to reach this goal, what are the things that come in the way? Empower yourselves to achieve the goal. Remember, empowering yourselves is fighting against positively against all odds. When I say fighting, fighting positively against all odds. Okay, these are there. That is allowing to improve myself. Many of you would have seen the beautiful butterfly, is it not? When the butterfly is a caterpillar, it has to first break the cocoon and come out. Suppose you operate it, cut it, and open it, that butterfly will not exist. It will die immediately. It needs to struggle and struggle and struggle. It will come out as a beautiful butterfly. So, believing in yourself is the first stage. When you have a look at this cat, it looks at itself in the reflection, and that reflection shows that it is a tiger. So this is what we call as believing in ourselves. If we don't believe in ourselves, I don't think anyone will believe us. Unless you believe in yourself, no one will believe us. This is what you have to understand. Smooth roads don't make a good driver. A good driver is formed only when the roads are challenging, when there are a lot of bends. Remember, the bends are not the ends, it is only a bend. And this is what will improve yourself in your growth. Therefore, you need to empower yourself. And remember, when you empower yourself, you need to facilitate the empowerment of others. Others need to be empowered. It's not that, okay, me, myself, we all have to grow together. And this is something that every student should and must understand, because we are not building a career just for ourselves. We are building a career because we have got a place in society. That place is what we will have to build about. When I started my profession round about almost 25 years, 26 years now, I had an opportunity of going into industry, which was well paying at that time. At that time, around about 3,000 rupees is what a job would face, and this is a job what I got. And if I went into academics, I used to be paid 1,000 rupees. But the satisfaction you had in academics, at least for me, may not be for others. I am talking now personally for myself, was something, so much that I used to always tell my colleagues and other people around me, we are doing something that we like, for which we are getting paid. That should be the focus of how you look at yourself. That is, you are doing what you like, and in the bargain, you are getting paid for that. That means there is no thing like, I do the work and I'm getting paid for that. Now let us look at the sources of empowerment, tools and techniques of empowerment. These are the 5 requisites probably you should have. One is your mission, clarity in your vision, specific goals. These things should be very clear in your mind. And based on these 3, you go to the next 2, developing your core competencies and build on the soft skills. So the 3 things that you are seeing on top is the clarity of your mind. The 4th and the 5th point that you are seeing on the screens here, that shows how you are converting that image in your mind into your ground reality. Now, when we are discussing about these 5 things, we'll go a little more detail and say how the developing of core competencies and how building on soft skills are 2 important things that are required. One is I should have competencies and I should be able to project my competencies to others. If I just have competencies, it is not enough. I have to project my competency to others. That is why soft skills are very necessary and very needed. But when we are doing this, there are always contingencies of preventing empowerment. And it can come from anyone. The contingency need not come from our enemies. Please understand. It need not come from those who are pressurizing against us. It could also be people who are with us, who are our well-wishers. They could also be impediments. Impediments with all nice feelings towards you. For example, when Marconi invented the radio, his friends put him in a mental asylum because he said, I can pass sound without any wires. So they said, okay, there is something wrong with this guy because this is not what we have seen, this is not what we have heard. And probably they put him in a mental hospital. So these are the contingencies of prevention of empowerment. Now, empowerment has to be a mission. When you are empowered, a truly empowered person has got a mission. And this is the mission that we have to move forward. And to empower your mission, we have got certain requirements as we discuss. First, know yourself. Now, knowing myself is very much needed, very much important, and very much progressive. Unless I know myself, I don't think anyone else will be interested in knowing me. Identify your goals. And based on your goals, develop your core competencies. Then build on your soft skills because whatever you got will have to be projected somewhere else. And so your soft skills are very much needed. And your personal needs with professional development is important. I cannot develop professionally unless my personal needs are met to a large extent. You might have seen the movie Three Idiots. I think most of you would have seen. I think it's a little older movie, but suppose you have seen this movie, then there you would find out that there is a photographer there. But he becomes an engineer because of the compulsions of somebody else. He would succeed as a good wildlife photographer, not as an engineer. If he becomes an engineer, he will exist. He will exist. No issues about that. But that linking is something which is very much necessary in the present setup. In order to build your life and career, you need to understand our personalities. Understand what will make us feel stronger and bigger. Understand yourself in a 6-step process. Now, one by one, we will discuss all these 6 steps. And this is the core of the discussion that we are going to have now. First, know yourself, we said. The first step in understanding yourself is, who are you? Suppose you are an introvert, for example. Maybe at home in an accountant's job rather than in a salesperson's job. Because to be a salesperson, he has to be outgoing, he has to meet people, he has to discuss with them, he has to sell his ware. So if he's an introvert, every time he meets others, anytime he goes out, he always feels that limitation within himself. So this is what you have to understand. But unfortunately, in our society, which goes after success, people feel these are what we need to achieve, and if we achieve that, that is success. Other things are not success. So keeping this in mind, you will have to see. So a person who is an introvert, probably an accountant's job would be much better for him. Suppose you are in the medical field, compassion towards the people, towards the sick, towards the suffering. This has to be an important component. You can't be a good doctor or a good nurse if you don't feel for people, feel for the sufferings of people. Probably it cannot make you a very good doctor. And you may be an intellectual person, but you may not be a revered and a compassionate person. Now, when I say know yourself, it includes the way you feel, the way you are analyzing your actions. So these are something which you need to understand yourself. And these are the steps you have to take right when you are going to enter into the portals of higher education. When you finish your schooling, you're going into your college degree, you're going into your postgraduate degree. This is what you need to understand. When you know yourself, you are the masters of your destiny. It will help you take responsibility and foster your learning. The simple reason is you are interested in that and therefore you want to learn something more. Suppose you are interested in gardening. Now what you will do when you are interested in gardening is that you will nicely make a nice bed for plants, you will water it every day. Even if you go out somewhere, you will come and you will see that the plants are taken care of, and therefore it will give you the yield. It will make you very happy. Suppose you are a dog lover, you will take care of the dog very well. You will bathe it, clean it, give it very good food and all that thing. You will take care if it is sick, and all these things is what you will do because you love the dog. So taking responsibility, fostering your learning is only when you know. You should not pressurize yourself to learn, because you can pressurize yourself when you are in college. Somehow I have to study, somehow I have to take the exam and all these things, even without liking. But when you make it your life's goal, then the issue will usually arise. Assess your personal strengths and weakness. To build up a career, know your strengths and weaknesses. You have to know, where do my natural talents lie? Can my profession and career nurture my natural talents? Suppose it cannot mature your natural talents, then the problem arises. I have one small example to give where one person, a very good dancer, a Bharatanatyam dancer, she had come and was taking up a profession. She was just coming, taking some classes and going and all this. Then one fine day she asked me, can I teach dance to the students? I said, why not? And then I found out she's taking more interest in teaching the students dance than teaching them the class for which she is coming. So that is because the natural talent which lies in her is to be a dance teacher, and not probably a teacher in social work, or not probably a teacher in management or something else. So that is where your natural talent lies. It gives you a lot of inner satisfaction And this inner satisfaction is what you can look into. You have to understand that. That is not something which is common for everyone. It is specific to each one of you all. Therefore, each one of you must and should understand what is the natural talent that you have got. Now, what can give you competitive advantage over others? What is it that you can do which is better than what others can? What is that advantage that you have got? You have to focus on the advantage, because that advantage that you have got should come out very promptly. If it doesn't come out promptly, then you will not understand. That will not give you a clear advantage. For example, you are good at public speaking, for example, then probably you should take up a profession where speaking to others, becoming an MC, becoming all these things is important. It is something which is your strength. Always in any setting, play to your strengths, not to your weakness. Please don't play to your weakness, play to your strengths. Identify the job opportunities. Many a time what people feel is, at least now I think slowly the things are changing, but some years back it was like that. Only when I finish my education, when I say finish my education, finish my degree program or finish my postgraduate program, then I will look in for job opportunities. No, this has to be parallel. It has to go along with it, so that parallelly you will have to look at your career opportunities. Parallelly, you will have to look at what is the next thing that I need to do. Which are the things that I need to apply now? Is there a campus placement in my organization? Can I look at some other source of getting myself known to the job opportunities which are there? The second part of this process is identify your goals. Now, goals are necessary because it gives you a direction to achieve something. Without goals, we are directionless. There's a small story that I can probably tell you here about a young girl of 18 years who had to cross the English Channel, connecting the United Kingdom with France. And she had to swim across that. So many people have swum across. This is a young girl who wanted to swim across. It was a cold season, frosty season. You can't see something in front of you, biting cold. And she undertook it, going from the coast in the United Kingdom up to France. And she started. It took some 16 hours, 17 hours it took for her to do the swim. And she hadn't to touch anything. The moment you touch something or take some support, it is gone. But there are lifeboats which will come along with you, so that to protect you in case of some eventualities. And even food which is given is directly put into her mouth. So she has something as she is going to get the strength, etc. And she went on going for nearly about 16 hours she traveled. And finally, when she was almost about a few meters from the coast, she gave up. Immediately she was put into the lifeboat, taken into the shore, given first aid treatment and everything, because the body was highly dehydrated. She lost all her energy and all these things, freezing cold, and all this treatment was given to her. And then when they asked her a question, why did you give up almost at the finishing point? Was it the cold? Was it that you didn't have food? Some little food was put in your mouth, some glucose or something was put into your mouth. Was it the difficult terrain that you were moving about in the water? Very difficult. The waves were coming and big waves were there. Was that the problem? The girl replied in a simple term, and she said, had I known that I was a few meters away, I would not have given up. I would have put my extra effort to reach that. Therefore, friends, understand, knowing the goal is very important. And when you're fixing the goal, be honest with yourself. It is not to be honest with anyone, with yourself. Is it something achievable? What I need to give in order to achieve that goal? This is something that only you can answer yourself. Do not be too modest about your abilities. No, I can't do this. No, I can't do public. I can't do this. I can't do that. Don't be too modest about your abilities, because abilities automatically will grow when it is nurtured. Just like a plant, when it is watered, it will grow. Do not be too afraid of the future. Many a times, fear puts people off. If I have to get a seat in a medical college, for every so many applicants, say 5,000 applicants, one person gets it, because I am in the general merit, and getting it in a good college is very difficult, and therefore all these things are. So do not be afraid of that. Personal empowerment helps you to focus and make achievable goals. Don't look at it and say, can I do this? No, you can do it. Personal empowerment, because first in your mind, you will have to find out whether you want to do it or you don't want to do it. A realistic goal creates an action plan for reaching to your true competencies. A realistic goal, not a goal which is too high. If it's too high, you will not reach it. If it is too low, you can do much better, and therefore you are lost out on what you have to get. So make it something. Of course, when I tell you, what is the optimum, it may be difficult for us to quantify that optimum. But whether we can go into that is a question that we need to answer. People do not know their true paths. People do not know their true paths. You can just see in this slide, he is speaking there, commanding all those people. But if all those people walk off, he will fall down. Many people do not realize that. We need the support of everyone else. Empowerment of your mission. Develop your core competencies. Now, once you established all these two steps here, when you go into the third step, based on this, you build up your core competencies. This is the area which I like. This is the area which I am interested in. This is the area which I want to grow. To achieve your coveted goals, one needs to build up on your competencies. What is my competencies? Only you can tell. People around you can tell exactly what your competencies are. You try to achieve that. It is not justified to wait for things to happen. Many times people say it will happen. They have got luck. All these things doesn't happen. Don't justify to wait for things to happen. You have to make things happen. You have to learn new skills. You have to refresh your knowledge or skills. All this has to go on, because today it is not a question that when I build up my career, I start today, I get a job, and then I retire. After some 30 years of service, I retire. Usually in the teaching field, we always say our experience is 1 plus so many years. What is that 1 plus so many years? For the first year, I prepare. After that, whatever I prepare, that's the same thing I go on giving. But today, things are changing. Today, new things are coming in. New technology is happening. At least say 2-3 years back, we never knew that online classes could be conducted. No one even thought about it. But today, it has become the core area of our competence. So suppose we do not know, we cannot probably conduct the class. I can't say, okay, I'm going to conduct an offline class only. Online class is also necessary. You need to have technology. Today, I don't think any teacher goes to the class without a PowerPoint presentation. Minimum thing I'm saying. Forget about smart classes, smart boards and whiteboards and all these things. Just the basic thing of having a PPT presentation is something which is necessary. So you need to refresh your skills, learn new skills, and then only you can grow in any of the profession that you're going to take. Manage your own career. Take responsibility for managing your own career by thinking where you have the advantage, where you have the opportunity, where you have the talent. That is where you need to go. This is what somebody else cannot do for you. You have to take responsibility for yourself. And always remember, as a young person, you have got into a career, or you are doing your college degree, which will put you into a career. You should understand one thing: your learning does not stop with your education in the conventional sense of the term. Your education goes on till the last day of your life. So this has to be very clearly understood. Opportunities don't come to you, whether you got talent or otherwise. It doesn't come to you. You need to seek opportunities. You have to um, meet out others. You have to discuss with others. You have to make yourself visible by others, and only then probably you can develop or manage your career. Because at some point of time, somebody has to give you an opportunity. If somebody doesn't give you an opportunity, probably you will not have. Maybe your first job that you got, somebody took you in, somebody felt you are better. Why did they feel that you are better than somebody else? This is a question that you have to ask yourself. Always remember, every person in the team is important, because at some point of time in your career you need to help others, others need to help you. For example, the juniors who are there, they may ask you, how you took up the test, what were the things which were asked. And when you were a fresher, you asked your seniors about how it has to be done. And this is the way of how it goes on. Now, after we finish this area, we are coming to build on your soft skills. Your soft skills are basically very necessary. Your soft skills are basically very necessary. Why is soft skills necessary? Is you need to communicate to others what you have within yourself, no matter how good you are in your core competencies. It is necessary to make the world know your knowledge and your skill. Many a times, people used to say, if you are in engineering skill, you need not know language ability. You need not know how to speak, because your work will speak for itself. There is nothing more ridiculous than this. Yes, I am a good engineer, or I am a good doctor, or I am a good nurse, or I am a good accountant. That is fine. Yes, I am. But that core competency should be known to the others. I should be able to reach out to others. The best example I can give: when you go for a job interview. Now, when you go for a job interview, the interviewer will ask you questions. It is an interaction. An interview is an interaction. That interaction is with the purpose of finding out whether you are better for this job than your other competitors. So you have to make yourself known. If you do not make yourself known, somebody else will get the job. You may be better than somebody else, but you will have to present yourself. So these things go on together. If it is not together, then there is something lacking. You take the example of social work, for example. We have got field work practice. Now you ask me, what is a field work practice? For those who are not in this stream, field work practice is whatever you learn in the class, you go to the social setting, an agency, industry, organization, and parallelly work, concurrently work along with your degree. Now, when you are going there, you are doing some work, you are conducting a camp, you are doing all these things. Probably Reliance Foundation will do a lot of these works. This is what you will do when you are a student. Now, having done all this, what you need to do is, when you are taking up the examination, there will be academicians who are sitting there. You will have to project your work to them. And this you will have to project your work to them within 5 or 10 minutes, because they won't give you more than that. 5, 10, maximum 15 minutes is what is given. You will need to put it up in a proper way. If you don't put it up, probably somebody would get a better grade than what you are going to get. So this soft skill is very much necessary. Skills such as communication. Many times when you talk about soft skills, they say, yeah, it is communication, you know the English language and it is good, or you know the local language here and you're able to speak, it is good. No, there are something more to soft skill programs. Besides communication, this conflict resolution, how we are going to resolve the conflict with your co-workers, with your superiors, with your subordinates. A 360-degree analysis of conflict resolution is necessary, because those who have got a very high EQ, emotional quotient, they are the people who succeed rather than those with IQ, intelligent quotient. They will succeed in a much better way, because it's not your intellect that is concerned. It goes beyond that, which is also another soft skill that is needed. New techniques or skills, or a combination of all these, are pivotal in building your career, because a career is linked to all this. So don't be under the impression, okay, I get a good grade, I get a good job. No, grade is very important. If somebody would tell you grade is not important, I wouldn't. I would take it with a pinch of salt. No, it is not like that. Grades are very important, but grades are only the basis. You require the top up for that. You require the top up for that. And that is where you need soft skills. You need to understand that small steps have to be taken to achieve your goal. Small steps have to be taken to achieve your goals. Rome was not built in a day. In a particular day, everything is achieved. No, it is not that you sat for the interview and you got over things. It is not in that way. Small steps will have to bring you to this, so that you are learning a new skill. It will take some time for you to achieve it. All these things are needed. Develop your interpersonal skills. That is your ability to communicate with others, because that builds your personality. List out what employers decide is the must-have skills. After all, they are going to give you the employment. So what do they have? Strong interpersonal skills will give you a competitive edge. And what are those skills that are needed to give you a competitive? Work harder. Just working hard is not enough. Work smarter. Stay up to date in whichever field that you're taking, because the world is moving very fast. And therefore, even to stay in the same place, you need to run. Keep networking. Keep networking. Networking is very much necessary. Whichever field you are, you may get in a job in a campus interview, and you may be placed in one setting, one agency, one job. You may get. Now that networking is necessary, because it can probably get you better employment somewhere else, or it can push you up in the same employment that you have got. It can get you an employment which is much more lucrative for you. Or in your job, when you network, you are able to do something for your company, and therefore in turn doing something for yourself. Increase your visibility. Opportunities don't come by itself. Increase your visibility. People have to know. Today with modern technologies, everything makes you quite visible. For example, your social networking sites gives you some amount of visibility. Try to use all these things so that people will know you. Seek a mentor. Many times people say, do we need a mentor? We are better off ourselves. Seek a good mentor. Someone in your organization, maybe, who is a senior person, who will help you out, not protect your interest in the wrong way. Okay, he is my uncle and therefore he's a good mentor for me. No, nothing of that sort. In the area of competence, you will have to see. In the area of interest, it will have to be some person who is senior to you, who is able to understand you and give you the right hints, give you the right breaks. He should be a mentor whom you have to see. The fifth step that we are discussing is build on your career by combining your personal needs with your professional development. Both these things have to go together. In fact, in career development, when I took up this topic and when I discussed with the organizers, I just told I'm going to link both of this. And the reason why I'm going to link both of this is, if your personal needs are not met, only your professional development, there is only one part of your life which will be developed. It doesn't become balance. Today in HR initiatives, we always say work-life balance. It has to balance. If it doesn't balance, there is no meaning. In fact, some people run after the profession so much that they forget their personal needs. Personal needs, personal growth is very much important because we have got stages in our life. There are stages in our life. For example, we are born, then we have got our childhood, we have got our adolescence, then we go into adulthood. There we start our career, we get married and settle down in life, we have children, and then we become old. Now, your requirement of your professional development has to go along with this. Together, it has to go. It is not very much important that I earn a lot of money and want to spend my retired life maybe exploring the world. If this is something that I see, I may go to the Niagara Falls and fall asleep, or I may require in a five-star hotel more medical treatment than any other thing. So it has to go on together. You measure for building your career needs to be linked with your personal needs. It cannot be separate from one another. So every young person, every student who is listening to this program, please understand, when you're building your career needs, bring it with your personal needs. As you chase your goal, empower yourself. If you just chase your goal, it's not enough. Empowerment has to come. And therefore, what happens? Take the help of your family, your parents, your spouse, your close friends, who could help you in identifying and refining your goals. This is pivotal and very necessary. Persistence and resilience. You must, why I put this particular step. Can't we stop with this? Yes, we can stop. But going after, having resilience, having persistence is necessary. People don't get it in a single thing. How focused you are is necessary. I've found out so many people, so many students who had medical as their goal. They sat for the NEET for 2-3 times and then passed. There are so many people who have taken their GRE. They have studied, not got good grades. Next time they have got their board. Even in any of their competitive exams, they don't get it in the first time, they go behind. That means that perseverance, persistence, resilience, these are important. Career goals are there. How do you reach it is necessary, is important. Everyone empowers themselves through experience. It helps them to refine their approach. Because when you empower yourself, experience is what you should learn from. Otherwise, it is a waste. You are simply suffered. Nothing other than that. Experience should make you improve yourself, refine yourself, develop yourself. So this is what you need to do. Building your career and life does not include conformity, agreeing to others' opinion to get their approval. Okay, my parents want me to do this. They want me to do this. So and so wants me to do it. Therefore, I am doing it. Excuses. Giving excuse why I didn't get. No, this is what has happened. There is always influence here. We don't get a job, or people like us don't get a job. All these things. Apologizing, undesirable events which happen, seeking pardon, flattery, telling everyone else, sir, you are so good, praising them so that I can get something, praising your boss, praising others, these things, favors, doing something nice to someone so that I'll get personal approval and therefore I can go ahead. No, these are all fake. Association, I belong to this community, this caste, and therefore he belongs to that caste, he maybe pull me up, and so on. Image building with others. All these are something which you should not include. Building your career, some of the points to remember is, please understand, you, not your organization, is responsible for designing, guiding, and developing your careers. It is not their responsibility, it is your responsibility. Your responsibility is very much necessary. The idea to increase a personal responsibility for one's career has been described as a boundaryless career. Don't have boundaries to all these things. Your career can move ahead very clearly of how it happens. Career doesn't have any age barriers. It goes on. It doesn't have any age barriers. Please understand. The KFC that you see, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders started it when he was 60 years. And by the time he was 80, KFC was a phenomenon. And he didn't get it immediately. His interest was in fried chicken, not in the insurance and other jobs that he did. Whole of his life he did it, but in the end he established something which today makes Colonel Sanders a known figure. In fact, Sanders may not be known, but KFC is certainly known. So this is how a boundaryless career has to be built. The challenge is that few hard and fast rules are available to guide you. These are hard and fast rules. You need to do what you want to do. You need to do what will give you the maximum satisfaction. You will do something which you like yourself, which you have high regards for that. Unless you have that, probably the satisfaction in your careers probably may not take place. How can I have a successful career? Investing in your education and training is one of the best investments you will make in your life. As you chase your goals, empower yourself, take the help of others, build upon your identity, refine your goals. This is the basic things that we need to do to have a successful career. I wish you all the best in your career. Be very focused in what you are doing. Know yourself first before you venture on something else. This is something that you need to understand yourself. Don't be overconfident about yourself. Don't underestimate yourself. Understand clearly yourself. You should be a mirror image of what you are doing. And the best point we can get is from the Mahabharata. Anytime we talk about the Mahabharata, we talk about the Bhagavad Gita. And we say Bhagavad Gita is something that Lord Krishna gave to educate Arjuna in the battlefield. And remember, he started it with just a few questions. He asked him, "Who are you?" And he said, "I am Arjuna." "What are you?" was the second question that he asked. And he said, "I am a Kshatriya." And the third question he asked him, "Where are you?" And he said, "I am on the battlefield." And the next question he told him is, "Go and fight the war." Why you should fight? You are Arjuna. You are a Kshatriya. You are on the battlefield. Then what you need to do? You need to fight the war. Don't look at other distractions. Don't look at I have to fight with my brothers. I have to fight with my teachers. I have to fight with my grandfather. I have to fight with all these people. No, you are fighting for Dharma, and Dharma is very much necessary, gives you a direction for a successful career. Thank you, and I am open to questions. Always remember in career, you have a long road to go. There are ups and downs, there are bends. But though there are ups and downs and bends, you feel you never reach the end, but you have to always move along in life, integrating your personal life, integrating your professional competence, and getting a complete image of yourself. Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen. I am now open for questions.
Yes, thank you very much, sir, for
Thank
your
you.
presentation regarding career guidance. Uh, Now we will take the question. Uh, the students and parents and all the audience, if you have any question regarding the topic career guidance, you can ask the question through comments, or you can
Yeah, yeah,
call
sure.
973119317. I have given on the screen number. You can call to that number also. Otherwise, just you can type in the comment box your question. If it is in Kannada, you can ask in Kannada, you can ask in English also. ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಆದರೂ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆದರೂ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಏನೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ನೀವು ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆ ನಂಬರ್ಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಇನ್ನ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದ್ರು ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಬೇಗ. Okay. 1 minute, sir. I'll check on the mobile. ಓಕೆ, ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದ್ರೆ. ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಚಾಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Just someone has given like a very informative session. Okay. Okay. Feedback. Okay. Question ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. We got the feedback, sir. Feedback from the audience. If anyone have the question, you can directly call to the number, or you can write on the comment box. Okay, sir, I think the audience don't have the question. We can conclude the program, sir.
Yeah, sure. If there is no questions, you can, because usually when there are no questions, there are two things. One is they understood everything,
Yeah.
and the second thing, they have not understood anything.
We got the like feedback, sir. You can see on the screen.
Yeah.
I can see on the screen. We got the feedback, but I think they don't have session questions. I think. Okay. Okay. All the audience. Today from Reliance Foundation and Department of Social Work, Mangalore University. Chairman of that Department of Social Work, Professor Paul G Aquinas sir has given the many important things, the career guidance in the student life, how we can choose our career. It has mentioned very clearly with a very good point. You know, the career is a much larger and significant part of our lives today, because whatever the decision we have taken now, what the career planning we are doing now, in the future, it will be it will give the good result. That's why the adequate choice of career will not only offer an effective job opportunity, but allow a student to emboss a satisfactory and respectful lifestyle. You can tell, if you choose now a very good career path, in the future it will give the your satisfactory and respectful lifestyle. That's why when you are the students, we have to be choose your career very wisely. And also, sir has mentioned so many points. I have mentioned here, like develop your mission and build your career, combining your personal needs with professional development. Sir has clearly said, when you build a career, it should be combining your personal need and professional development also. Where you are good, which is very interesting in your life, then you can choose the same career, same that what occupation, whatever your job, then it will give personal and professional development also. That's why you have to be choose and build career with some remember thing. You have to be choose where you are good, your career. You can choose whatever the course, you can choose whatever what you have good skills in your day-to-day life. You can choose like that career. Sir has mentioned so many things. I think it is this session is very useful to you. You can once again, if you want to once again you want to watch the session, the same link is there. Whatever the link you are using now, you can use the same link and you can watch the program once again. Okay, I think here one question usually. Okay, that Reshma K, she has asked one question, sir. You can
Yeah.
see on the screen, sir. You can read,
Yeah,
you can.
usually one gets lost in his or her life routine, but how to get focused? Yeah, I think this is a very good question, Reshma. That what happens is we get into a rut, we say. Getting into a rut is something like this. Suppose if I am a teacher, what do I do in my life is, morning I will get up, I will go to my place of work, I will do my work, evening I'll come back, I'll be with my family, and it goes on like this in a circle. This is because you are going around, round and round and round you are going. Just take about Mother Earth. Now, if you take Mother Earth, it rotates around its own axis. It also rotates around the sun. That is why we have seasons: rainy season, summer season, cold season, spring season. All these seasons we have got. When do we get lost in our life is when we don't look at the far future. We look at the immediate future. Let us say, for example, I will give you an example from my part as a teacher. Now, suppose if I am going to start my career now as a teacher, maybe I am working as a temporary basis, I am working and I have started my career. Now, what do? I go to the college, I teach, then after 1 year, I become permanent, and it goes on in this way. But there are certain things that I need to do parallelly along with this. For example, I need to pass my NET or SLET examination because that will give me a legality of being in the profession, not any other thing. It will give me a legality of being in the profession. That is one thing. The second part of it is I will go for higher education. And what do I mean by higher education? I will take up my PhD or something like this. I will now attempt to get a better, broader platform which will give me career development like training. It will put me in research. I will be able to write. I will be able to share knowledge. I will be able to develop my professional competencies. Now you have to go beyond this circle that we have got, circle of going on, going around. Because when we go around, we get lost. And when we get lost, just as we started our career, we are now going into retirement. And in a few years, you'll say, oh, I've retired, how fast it is. Then I find out my children are grown, they are gone on their own, and now I am there. That is what usually happens when we get lost in the rut or the routine in life. To get focused, you have to think beyond the routine. You have to think about what contributes to your growth. This is what you have to understand. And only when you understand this, we can empower ourselves to grow. Otherwise, our career and life will not go together. It becomes only a career. Whatever you are there, you maintain that, and it goes on like that. Okay, so that is one important aspect that we need to carry. So don't get lost. Be focused on the long-term requirements, not the short-term requirements. Long-term requirements is what you'll have to see. But when you talk about long-term requirements, don't sacrifice the short-term needs. Suppose you are a student and you are in your final year degree course or something like this, then what you need to do is enjoy your student life. You're not going to get that again, but don't enjoy that at the expense of your future goal. Both have to be there. You have to do your studies, empower yourself, develop, grow, along with enjoying your campus life. Both the things will have to go together. So if you are there, this is what you need to do. If you have just started your career, this is what you need to do. If you're somewhere down your career, look at the perspective of what you have to do. Because remember, all the jobs don't remain the same. Suppose you talk about me, I cannot be, okay, I'm a lecturer, I become an assistant professor, become a reader, become a professor, and that ends. No, I may have to think beyond. I may have to think of becoming maybe a registrar, maybe a vice chancellor, and all these things. That is how it has to go. If you're a politician, you may have to become an MLA, an MP, a minister, maybe the prime minister. You need to go in that. Reshma, did I answer your question?
Yeah, I think Rishma got clearly answered. Uh,
Yeah.
okay.
Any more questions?
If any more question, just you can type on comment box. We will give the answer, or you can call directly to the given number. Yes. Okay. Can we conclude, sir?
Yeah, sure. If there are no questions, conclude. Otherwise, I am ready to take up any
Okay.
questions.
We are getting the feedback, sir, but we are not getting the a question. I think
Okay, right.
Manjunath VK, it will be used 21 centuries. Like that, we are getting the feedback, sir. Okay. Yes. Okay. Today, I think everyone, we had a very fruitful session from Professor Paul G Aquinas, sir. This program is conducted collaboratively. Reliance Foundation and Department of Social Work, Mangalore University. In future also, we will have the plan to give the a good program um, to you all. We will inform you when we will plan the program in advance. Uh, Please, you can join the program, and you can whatever the program is giving the information, you can use in your personal and career life. Thank you everyone watching this program. Thank you, one sir. Thank you, sir, for the program, sir, for your very fruitful lecture regarding career guidance, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Manjunath, for the opportunity to be associated with Reliance Foundation. We are very glad that you have given us an opportunity. We would always like in the future to be much associated with Reliance Foundation. You also helped us in the mass distribution program and other things with the department. We're looking for a long-term symbiotic relationship with a great organization like Reliance Foundation, which is doing great amount of work in the state of Karnataka and also in other places. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Uh, they're all actually this Reliance Foundation. It's already I said you. It's a non-profit organization. In the Reliance Foundation, we are working on rural transformation. We are working on education. We are working on health. We are working on disaster management. So many things we are working. Especially in the rural transformation, we are working on agriculture related things. If you all from any agriculture related family, you can use our platform. You can whatever the agriculture, agriculture, livestock, fishery, and weather information. If you want know these things, just you can call to our toll free number. Uh, in the screen, you can see our toll free number. 1800 419 8800 is our toll free number. If you call that number, you will get the information regarding agriculture, regarding fishery, regarding livestock, regarding weather information in in the phone itself. Thank you everyone uh, for involving this program, watching this program. Once again, you can use this program. You can share with your friends the same link. Your friends can also watch this program. Thank you, Anandal.